Guys, welcome to today's video. Today we are taking a look at Chanel tweeds and we are taking a look at Gucci blushes. And we're doing it in light that is a little bit different. It is still quite hot. I'm still wearing a wet t-shirt, but it's cloudy. So there's a hurricane off of Mexico, Baja Peninsula, I believe, and it's brought in these dark clouds. The sun was here just a little while ago. So this might look a little different to you. It certainly does to me, but I adjusted my lights a little bit and I think we're going to get a pretty good representation of the colors. So here's what we're going to do. I shot a video with the Patrick Ta foundation, the cream foundation and the powder yesterday, and I thought that I had ordered 3 different shades of the Gucci blush, but apparently I ordered 2 of the same one. So that I haven't edited yet. That will be coming up, and I thought what I'd do today is focus on these 3 colors because I went to Sephora and got some, and these 2 tweeds. So Chanel released 4 limited editions in the tweed, and I got 2 of them. You can tell what color it is. This is like the one case where you want to keep these pooches and keep them in, because if you don't have the great eyesight, you don't have to lift anything up to see what color it is. This is the cool toned one, and this is a warmer one. Now they also have 2 others. One is much cooler, and since I just got the Intensity 58, which is also cool, but it also has a little more red versus gray in it, I decided not to get that one. And then they have one that's quite warm, and it really looks beautiful. But the Dior Backstage palette I got a couple of months ago seems pretty much like it's going to fill that spot when I am craving something warm. So these are the 2 that I got. And today we're just going to apply this one, the neutral one, and I'll do another video with the one that is a warm brown, but not too warm. So this is number 4, Brun et Tweed. And it's right up my alley. I'm looking for the center of the camera. Right up my alley. Let's do a couple of swatches. I haven't touched these, and it really hurts my heart a little bit to touch them. These 2. Taupey Dreams. There they are. And the reason it's called Rose is that shade right there. And there we have it. This to me seems like a perfect everyday kind of palette. It's not too loud, it's not too colorful. Everything has a little bit of sheen. It doesn't appear that anything is matte here, but the sheen varies from color to color. So I'm going in with this. This is from the Sky Sept, which is linked below, from Sonia G. And I'm going in with the first color, and I'll put that all over the lid. Gracie is in here with me, lying on the floor, but she doesn't seem to like the crate anymore. When I first got the crate, she would go there on her own and just kind of hang out. But we'll figure it out. We'll get there. And now I'm going to go in with this, which is a little bit darker. This is really quite a sheer color. Let's see if I can get a look that's a little bit more everyday. I just don't know that I can when I'm using 4 colors, which I'm going to do. I kind of get the same kind of shape that I normally do. If you're new here, you should know that I have a protruding tear duct gland right here. So this side never looks the same as this side. It always looks like there's no shadow right here, but there is. I think for me, I could just blend this out a little bit more and 100% an everyday kind of look. And I kind of want to compare it to this because I love this. There's really no comparison. I mean, yes, they both have a light color here and here. They'll both have a brown color here and here, but there's a gray in here. But they're not terribly dissimilar, are they? I would say that this brown is much warmer than the browns in here. This shade and this shade, very similar to this shade and this shade. Like that. Not the same shades, but similar. But that gray is everything to me in the Chantecaille palette. I'm going to go in with this darker brown and do a little bit lining. If you wanted something more dramatic, you could probably just do the same thing I did with the lighter brown and bring it in here and really give yourself a nice little dramatic, more evening look. This one's very creamy. Look at that, really nice. I'm just going to wipe that off and go in with the same brush with the rose color and put that right here. Oh, that's so pretty. Hello. Sometimes colors like this look promising in the pan, and when you put them on, you find they're just a little bit too dark, and rather than adding lightness to your inner eye, it kind of darkens everything up. For me, this is the right shade. All right, so here we have it. I still need to do another blend just to make sure one eye is always higher than the other eye and make it look really blown out and airbrushed. If you are interested in seeing a video and how I finish things, because putting it on is one thing, but finishing it is another thing, and it wouldn't be a very long video. In fact, my video on the Chanel Intensity 58 palette, I did a little bit of editing showing you how I do some finishing. Anyway, let me know. I'm going to do that now. Do a little blending, do a little mascara, maybe a little bit of eyeliner, a little bit of brows, and then we will come back and do blush. Eyes done. I happen to love, love, love this. Just love it. If you have the Chantecaille palette, you may be asking yourself, do I need both? I think yes, but let's just do a couple of comparison swatches, especially this one and this one. So this is the Chantecaille and this is the Chanel, and I just don't think they are, if you are lighter of skin, they're not close enough to say, oh yeah, I don't need both. This rosy color is quite a bit darker, although it would look really good with this. And this one is not a satin, it is almost a tauper, but not quite. And this is a lot more peach than this one, which is more champagne, more neutral. And then this brown is much more warm, and this, of course, is a gray. So there's the brown to the Chanel brown. I'm going to flatten out the hands a little bit. The Chanel brown is deeper. Let me do that brown again up here with the other Chanel brown. And they're just different, but the same kind of palette for me, where if I don't know what to do, or if I want to do something more classic, it would be one of these two palettes. I really, really like this. All right, now, before we go on with the blushes, I think I need to powder up because, yeah, I can feel my sunscreen. And this is the By Terry powder. We are ready to do some swatching and to do some application. I think there were 6 or 7 shades. These are the 3 that I got. This is what the package looks like. Now I have to say, for me, Gucci kind of nails it with the packaging, everything they do. This is the last lip product I got. I love it. It is vintage in a way that's very different than Charlotte Tilbury. So Charlotte Tilbury is like a deco kind of situation. Gucci reminds me of vintage things, maybe even around the deco age, but not deco. So there's more than one thing going on during the deco age, and I really like it. However, this one I don't love as much as others. So it's like a little pill box, really. And right here, just like an old-fashioned box, you just do twist. One you push up, the other you push down. too open. There's a nice little rib right here, or edge right here. It's elegant, but it doesn't excite me. And I think it's about this. This kind of reminds me of Charlotte Tilbury, honestly. So let's do some swatching. Number 4, Bright Coral. If you consider coral a mix between pink and peach, then this is what it is. Coral in the ocean, of course, is more like a mix between orange and red. 5, Rosy Beige. 6, Warm Berry. Now, these two are, probably made for people with a darker skin tone, but if you saw my Chanel lipstick video, which I'll post right here, I said I was really craving lately this dark blush, but not one that is berry, not one that has a blue undertone. Apparently there is a party. I think the conversation is over. And I've also been wanting to get something for evening, something that is a little bit of blush, but not a lot of color. And the one that I have from Chanel is quite old and broken into a million pieces, but I will show you what one of the pieces looks like. It looks like that. And this is called Tempting Beige. It's no longer made. So I was thinking, maybe I can get something similar to Tempting Beige. So we're just going to do a little swatch here. I was thinking this one might be it, and it is not. There's the Tempting Beige. It's almost like there's more gray in this one. And Tempting Beige might be a combination of these two colors. And then this one, I thought maybe it will give me that dark blush look that I am craving. Now, I found it perfectly with the Chanel lipstick, which is $1.99 inattendu. Looks like this. And I put this on my cheeks, and it was fabulous. Right here. And when I look at it, this seems like it has a lot more warmth in it. This is truly cool without having blue. So I don't think I'm going to get exactly what I was hoping to get, but we're going to put some of this on. So let's go in with the peach first. And I like to show blushes on both cheeks. I know a lot of people just do one at a time, one side at a time, if they have more than one color. But light on different sides. For me, I think you get a better idea of what the color is when it's on both cheeks. And I think this is a fantastic daily color. These are matte, so you're not going to get any shimmer. If you don't like a matte blush, you probably won't like this unless, and you'll see this in my Patrick Ta video, you are using something underneath it, a foundation or a powder that has mica. In fact, that Charlotte Tilbury powder would probably be a nice laydown for this, and then you would get a nice little sheen out of it. But even though it's matte, I still see the sheen, even though I powdered my face, going on. Bright Coral. All right, I just went over the cheeks with the Wayne Gossen number 9. And I use this not because it matches, the colors are very, very different, but because it's so easy. Just Beauty Blender, boop, boop. It's not super heavy coverage, but I think it just does the job very, very quickly. I'm not going to powder it though, because I already have all these powders on my face, and by itself this isn't particularly tacky. Now we're going in with Rosy Beige, which I think will be actually great with this because it's cool, it's neutral, it's not too much one thing or another. I just went like this, that's how much it picks up. So just kind of, work it into the brush a little bit, because this color is a lot darker than that first color. When I wear a color like this, I almost use it more as a contour, like a lot of women wear their blush. They kind of don't put it on their cheeks. They just go from here out. This kind of color suits that application. I prefer color on my cheeks. I think I look quite weird without it, but evening's a different story. I like this a lot, and I don't have anything like it. Kind of. This is Rosy Beige. For me, for my skin tone, great, I think, for evening and also for fall. A nice fall color. Rosy Beige. And now Warm Berry. That does have a lot of warmth. It almost feels like it has a little bit of terracotta in it, which is not my jam at all. But we're going to give it a try. Well, the sun's coming up a little bit. And I'm going to use a light hand because this is a dark color. I think light toned people like myself, we can use these vibrant colors. We just have to use them with light touch. And it definitely needs a little bit of blending. Even this light touch might have been too much. It definitely needs a blend. And this is how I'm going to blend it. I'm going to put this in my Terry powder because I am concerned that the more I blend, the bigger it will get, and that's not something I want. So I'm doing the edges with the powder. If I keep this, it'll be a learning curve a little bit. I thought I went on pretty lightly, but apparently not. I kind of love it, but I definitely feel like there is a learning curve. Also, I didn't powder the face first, so that could have something to do with it. Okay, I feel like there's potential with this color. I really, really do. I thought I was really being cautious. There's lead punch here. I'm going to go over. I'm not adding more foundation. I'm just going to go over a little bit to calm it down. I'm going to experiment with this color because it might be great for me, but if you have darker skin, maybe you need to look at this. So let's just go over it. The coral color, beautiful everyday color when you want something a little bit more warm. It's more like coral with the orangey pink thing, and I think it would suit many skin tones. The beige rose, I love that. I'm keeping because I do feel like it will be more evening appropriate, and I'm telling you, I am just putting it out there for the world. I want to have a life and go out at night once in a while. This one I'm not 100% sure on. I definitely need to play with it, but I do feel that you can play with this if you're my shade. Now a little lip, and this is the new Rouge Allure. This is in the color Illusion, and kind of got an evening look here, I think. Now, since the sun is out, let me just put on this light so it's a little more balanced. There we go. Such a bummer that the sun is coming out as we are finishing, but this is the Rose at Brun Tweed, and I think it's lovely. Love it. This blush, I managed to knock it down and make it workable, so I like the blushes a lot. I think the packaging is beautiful, just not as beautiful as some of their other things. That's going to wrap up today's video. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope it was helpful. I hope you give this video a thumbs up, and I hope you come back again. And until we meet again, be safe and smart. I'm wishing you good health.
Lucy! Let's go! Let's go! What? Let's go! Let's go! Ow.